Hi and welcome to Winners Corner. This Sunday we have Romme Racetrack hosting the Grand Slam 75 round, and all races but one are E3 qualification races for 3-year-old horses over 1640 meters. And Mike, what 3-year-old horse has impressed you the most this far this year?
Well, Svante Båth has some really impressive 3-year-olds, and I would say that Attraversiamo is the most impressive one. For some reason, he's not qualifying for the E3, though, so we don't get to see him this Sunday.
Very well, then. We get to see a lot of other fine horses. And we start in race 5. 3-year-old stallions and geldings over the sprint distance then, and the favorite number 5, Evans Cool Boy. Might be an initial win bet for some punters, but not for you.
No, I'm going to go against this favorite. He's a very, very good horse. But number 2, Messiah, I feel is a lot more interesting. Messiah was racing last time at Bollnäs, and he's really coming into his own now. He's a little bit of a late bloomer, if you can say that about a 3-year-old, but he's been very much improved with every race. Last time he was racing without shoes. He went to the lead, and he had a huge lead as they headed for home. And then a great finish there from BBS Johnny, who won on the V75 last week. So I think the performance was better than you can tell from the race card. So Messiah has impressed me. And from a good post and with Ulf Eriksson driving, he's going to be my bet.
So we start off this Sunday with a win bet in race 5, and that on horse number 2, Messiah. We make a jump to race 8, and here we have an E3 qualification race for mares. And who do you hold as a likely winner here?
Here I got an outsider for us. Number 5 is going to be a huge favorite, I believe. But 6, Zita Weiss Ass, I feel is a lot more interesting. Fredrik Linder's horses are racing well. He had a winner on the Hugo Åberg's evening. And last time, Fredrik Linder drove this horse himself, and it was a real préparé. He took the lead very easily, then surrendered right away, and then he stayed right behind there in the pocket slot all the way to the wire. And I think that this time they're putting Jorma Kontio on the horse. I think we're ready for a very good performance from this horse owned by Écurie Quarante, who's got some really good horses. And it's nice to see that they've put their chances on Fredrik Linder, a small trainer here in Sweden. This one is going to be completely overlooked, I believe.
A great win bet there in race 8 on horse number 6, Zeta Weiss Ass. And we move on to race 9. And here we have an E3 race for stallions and geldings. And what do you recommend here? Well,
I've got a feeling we're going to get pretty good odds on this one, who should be a very clear favorite. Number 8, Global Withdrawal. He really stands out as the classy horse in this race. On the Elite Lop weekend, he was incredibly impressive as he won from the first over position against top competition. Last time he failed, he was in the other final on the E3, the one over 2,000 meters instead of the sprint. And he was in the lead. He kept a pretty good pace, and then he ran out of gas at the end. This time, I think the sprint is going to be a huge plus for him. He's battling a difficult post, so I've got a feeling we're going to get pretty good odds on this one. He should be a very clear favorite here.
Okay, then Mike's third win bet of the day there in race 9. And now we go straight on to discussing the Grand Slam 75 round. 7 questions of who wins the race is what Mike is going to try to answer, and this is his solution. Starting now here in the first leg, you recommended a win bet on number 2, Messiah, but here you also include the favorite number 5, Evans Cool Boy, and number 4, Devil Sound. Why Devil Sound?
Well, Devil Sound has been up against some pretty tough horses and has raced quite good. So I think that is a horse that will progress now in the future, and I see a lot of potential in the horse.
The second leg is the only race in the round that is not for 3-year-olds over the sprint distance. Instead, this is a race for 4-year-olds over full distance, 2,140 meters. And here we find the biggest favorite of the day in number 4, Global UNESCO. Despite that fact that he's gotten disqualified in his last 2 races. Explain this. Why is he such a big favorite?
Well, I think that's just the early betting. I think it will even out quite a bit on Sunday. Number 7, No April Fool, is a strong contender, so I think it will be pretty even between those 2 in the end. But Global UNESCO, definitely one of the top horses here.
In the third leg, we're back to the 3-year-olds, and here we're talking stallions and geldings. 3 marks for you here.
Yeah, pretty even race, this one, but I feel that those 3 stand out a little bit. But if you can afford it, I would recommend more marks. But those 3 are a little bit better than the rest, but they need a bit of luck from these posts as well.
The fourth leg is for the mares, and even though you recommended earlier a win bet on number 6, Zeta Wise Ass, here you include 6 horses on your system.
Yeah, that's simply because I think number 5, Zara Kronos, will be the biggest favorite of the round, or possibly second biggest, and I feel that she's a little bit vulnerable, so that's several horses offer good value here in this race.
And then in the fifth leg, number 8, Global Withdrawal, was your win bet, but here he gets company of 2 more horses. Number 4, Betting Gangster, and the big outside number 2, Barotone Artis.
Yeah, both of those have shown very good form lately. I think Global Withdrawal has a very, very good chance, but he's got a tricky post all the way on the outside. But for me, he's a possible choice for a banker.
The sixth leg is for mares, and the favorite here seems to become number 10, Aleppo Pine. How safe a banker would you say that this one is on a scale of 1 to 10?
It's a tricky post, of course, but definitely the best horse in the race. I would mark it as 7 or 8, I think. This horse has better skills than the rest, faster, more solid, and seems determined as well. So I think she's got a great chance.
And then we move on to the last leg. This is also for the mares, and number 6, Indiana Bucco, and number 2, Star of Miami are the 2 most trusted horses, Mike. And of course, you take a stand here for the least trusted of those 2.
Yeah, I think Indiana Bucco will be a relatively clear favorite, but number 2, Star of Miami, is my pick. Definitely the best horse for me. Showed fantastic form in the other E3 final when the horse was in third over and was pulling quite a bit for Mika Force, and then went up in the sulky of the one in front of her, went off stride with 1 lap to go, and then came back phenomenally, and over the final stretch was virtually climbing over the other horses there. So there's no doubt whatsoever in my mind that the horse would have won the E3 there without that break with 1 lap to go. So if she'd won that, she would be a very clear favorite here. Now we're getting great value on this one. So Star of Miami is going to be my banker.
324 combinations is what the Grand Slam 75 system contains this Sunday. And of course, Mike, we also have to talk about the Daily Double, since the Daily Double is the last 2 legs in the V75 round. And the question is if you use the same bankers, and here we see that you do.
Yeah, Aleppo Pine, Star of Miami. I think we're going to get decent odds on that combination. Aleppo Pine is going to be a clear favorite, but in the second leg, Indiana Bucco is going to draw a lot of attention. So I think the odds will be decent on Star of Miami.
You know, of course, where to find additional information about Swedish trotting and horse betting, and that is, of course, at our website, swedishhorseracing.com. With that, we say thank you for watching, and we hope now that you, of course, will enjoy the fantastic races at the Romme racetrack this Sunday. And good luck with your bets. Bye-bye.